Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome for another episode of Market Leader Live. Hey, it's your host with the most, your main man, Darren M. Palmer. Excited to be with you all day today as we celebrate another opportunity for you to focus on what do you want. Yes, I said it today. What do you want? Coming off of a holiday or a break, I like to use that opportunity as a time to reflect, to recalibrate, to focus on some of the things that are most important to me. I approach, some have reached out and asked me, well, Darren, how do you bounce back, or how do you get back into the swing of thing after there's a holiday, whether it's Christmas, whether it's most recently at the time of this recording that we just celebrated a Mother's Day, or whatever the situation may be. How do you get back into action or whatnot after a holiday? I take this approach of, number one, I go into a gratitude mode. So unlike most people, I look at opportunities to find reasons um, to have gratitude, whether it's the individuals I'm able to spend time with. I value it because of the workload and the schedule I have. So when I'm able to, be around those who I care about and love the most, and I'm able to spend time with people who normally I wouldn't be able to see because they might be in another state or in another city, and we're able to get together or whatnot, and get our schedules together or whatnot to be able to celebrate a holiday, or if it's just someone's birthday or a wedding, or even a homegoing service or whatnot. I don't take it lightly because I know that every time I get a chance to be with these individuals, it's something important, and I don't take it lightly. The next approach that I take when it comes to bouncing back is, in the gratitude piece, is the understanding of what do you want? And when you're looking at being a market leader, you got to understand the importance of what do you want. So many people, when I'm doing consulting or when I'm doing coaching, or even when it comes to doing the book, and then this is Market Leader Live, whatever market you're in, you got to make sure that you understand this for yourself. And also you got to make sure that your clients, whether it's a school district, if you're a speaker, whether it's a college or whatnot, if it's a corporate situation, whether it's you as a spouse, or if you're dealing with your significant other, if it's you being a parent, if it's a child or whatnot, and you're dealing with your parents, you have to understand, what do you want? What do you want out of the situation? So many of us are going through life and we haven't decided on what we want. If I'm deciding that I want to have a certain lifestyle, then there are things that I'm going to have to do to be able to make sure that I have that particular lifestyle. I see my man Mike Nelson on. I see you, Mike. Yeah, that's right. Why the Cowboys still ain't gave Dak his money? Hey, I don't know, but see, Jerry, that's the perfect segue. Let me put that on the screen real quick. That's hilarious with my man Mike Nelson. Y'all go follow Mike Nelson. Yeah, why the Cowboys haven't given Dak his money. I'm going to use that as an example. What do you want? If you say that you want a quarterback, if you feel like that person is the type of franchise quarterback that you need, you got to decide what you want. Now, at the same time, I'm just going to use this as an example. They went and picked up another quarterback or whatnot, another native from Texas or whatnot, who had been isolated and, up there with the Bengals losing. But at the same time, he's want to come to a winning franchise. So he's coming back to Tejas. He's coming back to Texas where he can win him a championship ring. And so now I don't fault them for that, but I think that's posturing or whatnot when it comes to negotiations. So if they find themselves, when you look at what do you want, Jerry Jones might want Dak as his quarterback and his quarterback of the future. But when he realizes that the investments that they've made with getting Ezekiel or whatnot back in, locked in, even though it wasn't his particular time, but Ezekiel used that as leverage to be able to get the type of deal that he wanted. I feel like by getting the backup quarterback or whatnot, if Dak felt like that he would be able to set out, I think it makes him and his agent and his team have to think twice because of the type of team that they have. Basically, if you're a subpar quarterback, you can go out there and win a few games, so they don't have to just get into a rush to close that particular deal, especially if they gave a franchise tag. So when we're looking at today, for those who are tuning into this, what do you want? We're talking about when you come out on back off of a holiday or where, regardless if it's the weekend, how do you get back into the swing of things? How do you find a way to get back on purpose, to make sure that the targets, that you're on target, that you're on a trajectory to reach your goals and to accomplish your dreams? And so when I'm looking at it right now, at the time of this recording, we're already in May right now. We're already in May. We're already in the second quarter. We're really getting closer to the third quarter day by day. And I want those who are listening to this is to just think about, what do you want? I think just some of the things, success leaves clues. We just have a co-authored book called The Footprint of Success. And I'm seeing this through leaders and entrepreneurs and pastors or corporate leaders, whatever the situation may be, or coaches, the importance of people knowing where they're going. Now, I know it might seem strange, but have you actually took time out to not just say I need money, not just say I just want to be able not to worry about my bills? I mean, I know that's great for everybody, but at the same time, have you thought about what would that actually look like? What bills do you actually have now? How can you get those taken care of? Or let's just look past bills. What is the ideal trip that you want to take? Have you thought about that? I'm not talking about limiting the situation due to what's currently in your account. Have you thought about, okay, if you want to, I'm just using this as an example. If you want to go to the Ritz-Carlton or whatnot, let's say, for instance, in Beverly Hills, or just say, for instance, if you want to go to New York, well, I don't know where you want. If you want to go to Italy when everything opens back up or whatnot, if you want to go to Italy or whatever the situation may be for you, have you took time just to even go and look at what would the room be per night? Have you took time to even just go and look inside of it? You didn't have to drive there or fly there to look inside of it. Have you just took time just to get on Google and just look at the inside of that particular hotel to see if you even want to stay there? The decor might not even be something that you might not like. You might have just heard about it on a show or something and thought it might have been nice. But have you thought about somewhere that you want to go? If it's that great camping trip that you want to go on, or if it's a big hunting trip, I'm down in Texas. If it's a big hunting trip that you want to go on, have you actually looked at what are some of the fringe benefits of going on this particular trip? I never forget, it was a lady that worked for our company, and she always had a dream of going to this conference to be able to hear this particular group of speakers present. And she's had a dream of this for years. I'm talking about years. She was a little bit more seasoned, and she had a dream of going to this conference for years, but she would watch it every year. She would make sure that she would be home. She would watch it into the wee hours of the morning or whatnot, or late night, and she would get up and go back to work or whatever, take care of whatever responsibilities that she had. But something that was amazing to me is that I did it as a gift or whatnot, and I like to just do certain things or whatnot, but it was laid on my heart to be a blessing to her, and I was able to send her to this conference. But I already knew her mindset ahead of time, that her mindset was of one of, I can't do this. This is not going to work. It's a reason for me not to go. It's a reason. It must be the hotels. It's too much to register. It's all these things, instead of actually seeing what it was to actually, what is the investment to go to the conference? What hotel would I stay at? Who would be the speakers? How would it feel if I were able to not just watch it on TV or look at it online streaming? How would it feel to actually be there? Because I'm watching this every single year. Lo and behold, I surprised her one day and shared with her that, hey, what I want you to do, I need you to do something for me. She was like, what? I said, I need you to travel on business. She really didn't like traveling on business trips or whatnot. So I said, I need you to travel on business. So she was kind of like, okay, I do it, because you don't ask me to do it a lot, but I do it. I said, but the thing that I want you to do is I want you to go to this particular conference. And by the way, everything is taken care of. Everything is paid for. And she just like, what, are you joking? For one reason, she had showed out at the office before that, and I was out of town and I didn't realize it, but she didn't know that. That's why she was shocked, because she was thinking, oh my goodness, she thought she might was going to get fired, but I had messed around there and got a trip. Now, this is not about me. I want to just share this something about the lady and the mindset. I'm talking about the mind here. She never checked to see what it actually cost to go to the event, but I actually was able to register her for the event for free. Think about that. This woman had been watching this event for years, and she had been telling herself it was no way that she could afford the registration, but she never once took a chance to see what would it actually cost for me to go to the event. If she would have just got up and clicked the same mouse that she was looking at the event live streaming it on, if she would have just took the chance, to just get online and see how much would the registration be for this conference, she would have found out that the event was free. All these years of praying, all these years of hoping and dreaming that she could have went to that event, and she never once took a chance to look and see what the registration fee was, because she had already psyched herself out and told herself that it was no way that I could afford it. But I already knew, even though the event was free, I knew that she would find a way to say, oh no, I couldn't stay all night overnight. Oh, what about the gas? So we just made sure we took care of that, so that wouldn't be an issue. But we registered for the event. She went and had a wonderful time, and a dream came true to her. But I want to ask you today, just like the young lady who worked for us, what do you want? And have you actually even looked at it? Have you actually even viewed it? Have you even made a call? Have you traveled to it? Have you got online where it didn't cost you any money? You didn't have to get a plane ticket. Have you even just saw what the actual rate of it would be? Do you even know what the house payment would be? What would the mortgage be for this? What would that investment even cost you? What would it look like for you to have the life of desire that you have? What would it be for you to carry your child to Disney? What would it be for you to be? What would it be for you to lose 20 pounds? What would it be to have that type of relationship with your grandchild that you desire? What would it be for you to be able to travel to go see the grandkids, for those who have grandkids that might not live close? What would it be to spend more time with them, to be able to see them at their T-ball games and to be able to experience them do dance? What is it that what do you want? I'm not asking you to think about what you think you can have, or what somebody who you was in a relationship told you was good enough to have, or what you are looking at in your account right now to have. Have you ever took a chance to look at life from the lens of, what do I actually want? If price wasn't an issue, if debt wasn't an issue, if I don't think my spouse will go along with it, I would want it. I'm not asking you about any of that. If the kids were older and if everybody was out of school, now I did not ask you that. I'm asking you, what do you want? Think about that. Let's take time sometimes, let's take time just to get by yourself. Let's take time just to take a little breather. Let's take time to actually think of, what do you want? Not what you're doing for everyone else, which is great, which is wonderful that you're just a great human being and you're serving everybody else. But I'm here to tell you that you need some gas in your tank too, boo. You need your dreams to be realized too. And you can keep telling yourself that narrative, that lie, that it doesn't matter about me and everybody else comes before me and I'm just that type of person and I just who I am, Darren. You just don't understand that that's who I am. I just always put myself. Okay, but at the end of the day, you can't carry anybody somewhere on an empty tank. Can't carry anybody anywhere and you got fumes in the tank. I want you to think about, what are some things that would make you happy? Some things that you would enjoy, not predicated about what everybody else would want you to do, not predicated by the poll, not predicated by your bank account, not predicated by your spouse, the children, the grandchildren, your job, all the things, who's president, who's not president, what's going on with Corona. What do you want? I want you to think about that. Let's write that down. Let's take time to act like Dora and be an explorer and take time just virtually. You don't have to actually go there in person yet, but there are ways that you can use Google. There are ways that you can go and find out what does it actually cost. What does it cost to have that new truck that you want? What does it cost for you to be able to do that mission trip that you want? What would it take to be able to fund and help so many families be able to eat? Just whatever that thing is for you. What do you desire? What do you want? Hey, I hope you enjoyed this. I want you to take time really to focus on what do you want. I hope you enjoy this message. I hope you are encouraged. I hope you are inspired to take time out to think about what do you want in life. And then you can reverse engineer that situation. And then don't get caught up on the how. Don't get caught up on the why right now. Just focus on some of the things that you want. And then you can start taking the next steps, and you can tune in for the next episode, and we'll dive deeper on how to make the steps to get what you want. But you first must start with what do you want? Because you're aimlessly going through life with no direction because you don't have a navigational system that's directed towards what you want. So how would you ever get anything that you want if you don't even know and you hadn't even taken time to see what do you want? I ask all of you to please do not sit here and be like the woman who worked for us, who never took the chance to think outside of the box, because there's two types of mindset. There is a fixed mindset and there is a growth mindset. I'm here to share with you. You never crawled before until you crawled. You never walked before until you walked. You never ran before until you ran. So if you keep thinking to yourself of all what you can't do because you haven't done it before, everything that you've done, you had to do it at least one time before you was able to say you was able to do it. So if you get fixed on what you can't do, I love the quote by Henry Ford that says, those who believe that they can and those who believe that they can't are both right. You choose what you want in life and then leave the rest up, the how up, to a different source. Now, don't get me wrong. There are tangible steps, and we will cover that next time. But thank you for that message, Miss Kimberly Lyons. Okay, Lawrence, great to see you, my brother. I look forward to connecting with you all who tuned in today. Mike Nelson, I think they're going to get Dak his money. But remember this, as we close out today, what do you want? And I want you to meditate on it. I want you to focus and just think, where would I really like to go? Or where would I want to carry the kids? What would I actually want to drive? What do I wish I could pay off? What do I want? How would that feel? What would I be able to do if I was able to get that cleared off? What would I be able to do then? Or are you just going through life existing instead of living? Until next time, remember, if you won't change, be the change. Be great and be blessed.